In this week's episode, we're taking a trip to the sold-out Mickey's Halloween party at Disneyland. What's new? What's old? What's this gross treat you're trying to give me? We have all your inside info about the party, including the usual discussion about it being moved to DCA next year. Wait, didn't we say that last year? Also, Captain Marvel finally gets a trailer, big DuckTales news, Nutcracker preview, and more on this Ziploced episode of the MousePIRE Podcast. I'm Anthony.
I'm Diggs.
I'm Tim. Welcome to MousePIRE, your source for Disney, Star Wars, and everything in between. This is the podcast where both empires collide. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MousePIRE Podcast.
What's going on? Uh-oh.
The apprentice lives.
What is this?
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Think help me hardly show up.
You never had a friend like me.
Some imagination, huh?
Made you look.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-hey.
Hey, how you doing? Are you trying to sing over there or something?
I don't know.
Hey, we'll get to a zippity doo dah in a minute.
Okay.
Or in a couple of minutes, 5, 10, 15. Who knows? But guess what?
2 hours.
Maybe. Hey, we're back.
We're back.
We are back, and we are better than ever because we're back, and we actually had some, I guess, a post on MousePIRE Facebook page asking when our next podcast was going to be. So I guess they're missing us. So
okay.
I guess that's a good thing when you get a post asking, hey, when's the next episode coming out?
So, I mean, we only missed 1 week. I mean,
yeah, but
you did give them a reason.
Yeah, but sometimes people actually don't see the other post, and we're just, hey, where's the podcast? And if they miss us, then I think we're doing something good, I guess. Because
this is a test. We told you in the previous podcast that there would be no next podcast. The test is that we didn't actually tell you that.
Yeah.
That's all.
I don't know. Anyway, so we didn't record last week because, one, there really wasn't that much news going on.
I mean, I probably could have ranted for a while about some things.
But sometimes people get sick of that.
But, yeah, mostly it was a scheduling issue.
Yeah, because we would have had to have recorded on Monday. Really not much going on. Tuesday, I went to the Mickey's Halloween party.
Wednesday.
Was that Wednesday? No, that was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday.
Yeah. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, you went on Tuesday, and then you went to Knott's on Wednesday.
Or something like that. I don't remember. Things was just happening.
When was the 19th?
The 19th was Wednesday.
Okay, so you went on Wednesday to Mickey's Halloween party.
Yes. So basically, we would have had to have recorded on Monday so I can edit on Tuesday.
Right.
That was the deal.
Yes.
Because if we record on Tuesday, then I want to be able to record or edit till Friday.
Right.
So that's what happens. See, it takes a while for me to remember things, but sometimes I do remember. So yeah, then like he said, Knott's Berry Farm for the Scary Farm on Thursday. And yeah, so that's why we didn't really record anything last week. So now you guys know, and you guys are in the know. And that was sponsored by something. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, Mickey's Halloween party. And it was pretty cool. I'm sure you guys know that all the party dates are sold out now.
Bye.
And from what we have
Snooze, you lose.
Exactly. And what we have been told is that there is no calling to ask for tickets. You can't go to the box office and ask
as
for
we
tickets.
say every year.
Well, they say last year that you can go ahead and call and you can get tickets and blah, 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 blah. But they were saying...
Oh, they're not even saying that this year.
Yeah, you can't do that this year.
Or usually they say it even though it's not true.
Probably. No, that's a good point because usually when you go to the park and you're in the Esplanade, you'll see signs that say Mickey's Halloween Party is sold out. I didn't see those signs. I saw a lot of signs saying Disneyland will be closing at 6 o'clock for Mickey's Halloween Party all over the Esplanade, but I didn't see any signs about it being sold out.
So you're thinking that they undersold and that they undersold out, and then they're leaving room for people to upgrade on the day.
Maybe. Not really sure. I don't want to say that so people go and try to get a ticket on a day and
like,
they
for
say
example,
no.
somebody goes up and they're buying a one-day ticket at the window in the morning, and then the ticket taker could be like, "Oh, would you like to add on a Mickey's Halloween Party for tonight," or something like that.
Right.
Otherwise, you're only going to have it until 6 p.m. in Disneyland or whatever, depending on what day it is.
Right.
I assume it depends on what day it is. That they have the fluctuating day thing,
yes,
like they usually do, where it closes at 5 or 6 or 7.
Yes.
So I don't know if they're doing that. It seems like that if you're not seeing signs saying they're sold out, either they're just being lazy and they don't care about having signs that say sold out anymore, or else they're underselling out and leaving the option for the ticket takers to upsell on add-on for Mickey's Halloween Party.
Now, I don't see why they couldn't do that, because we know that they don't sell as many tickets as they do as a regular day. There's not that many people at the parties as you will find on a regular busy day. So maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. I don't have any information on that, but I was just really surprised that I didn't see any signs saying sold out tonight. So,
and you would know if you had seen the sign.
Yes, because that opens up my mind. All right, so the party was it was pretty cool. We got there, pretty early, and just going around checking out things before the party actually started. Toontown opened at 5 o'clock, I believe, on that day. They opened at 5, so you can do your trick-or-treating early since they do close for the fireworks. It was actually, they said 5, but they actually did open up a little bit earlier than that, a few minutes earlier, maybe 15 minutes earlier, because we were just hanging out over there by the Troubadour Tavern, and we're just chilling there. And then we saw the line start going inside to Toontown. So that was pretty cool. So that was, one of the first spots we went to was there. That was cool. I mean, if you guys been to the park, party, you get in Toontown real quick and you do that area first. And then, the party starts at 6, and then you start heading, the other tree stations, which was the next one was right there at the Fantasyland Theater area. So we did that, and then we just started walking up. And then that's when we saw all the cast members asking for wristbands, making sure you had wristbands when you go into
wristband.
Yeah, different areas. And I've never
wristband
been up towards the Matterhorn. I call it Matterhorn Alley. Behind the Matterhorn, going to that little alley area. They actually had cast members there if you're trying to get into Tomorrowland. So they had like 3 cast members there checking wristbands. So I was like,
wristband.
I was really surprised at that. You would think that they have them over there by the Alice in Wonderland, the bathroom area over there, coming towards the alley.
Oh, I'm sure they're there too.
They probably did, yeah. But I'm just saying there was probably more than I've ever seen of cast members just hanging out. Not hanging out, but in a line formed, checking for wristbands. So
I mean, I don't know about last year because I didn't go, but at least the previous years that we had went. We hadn't really gone that way.
Right.
Either we had gone straight up to Toontown and then somehow worked our way to the west side from Toontown, or we went straight to Tomorrowland and then totally missed out on Toontown. Yeah. And then we were usually in Tomorrowland for a little while. So I don't think we ever had occasion to go that way while wristbands were being asked for. So I'm sure that they've always had people there. It just seems like it definitely seems like a weird place for people to be, but I mean, obviously people are going to go that way.
Yeah, and well, the thing that was caught my eye was that Custodio was there doing that.
Right.
And I don't think I've ever seen Custodio do that in any event we've been to, asking for wristbands. So maybe that was their way of saying, hey, we're going to put extra people out here and make sure no one's getting in who shouldn't be in there, which is good with me because, you spend all that money. Why should you let people sneak in?
Exactly.
So anyway, we were, like I said, we went up to Tomorrowland. They had a Pixar Pals Halloween dance party going on over there. The Pals are still around. They're palling around in Tomorrowland.
Wait, how are they palling around without the Ferris wheel?
I think they get off the cart or the gondola.
Oh, so Autopia.
Or something like that.
They pal around at Autopia.
Yes. So
they're going to die from fumes.
So they had the dance party going on for the Halloween event, and it's pretty cool. They had, of course, Thriller playing, and see Sully do the Thriller was pretty cool. I did do a snappy of that, so if you guys seen the snappies, you would have seen Sully doing Thriller. And then we also over there in Tomorrowland was the annual pass holder AP treat trail or whatever, and it was in the Starcade, like we said, the lower level of Starcade. It really wasn't anything great. I mean, we got a button which was really, really nice. We got a little lithograph thing.
No bag though.
No bag.
That was the first thing that I was asked was there a bag?
Right.
And I said, no, I don't think so, because he would have told me if there had been a bag.
Right. No, all we got, you got candy, and then you got the button and lithograph little thing.
So basically, you got two identical pieces of artwork in different sizes.
Yes. And then they had, of course, inside there, you can...
Did they have a special treat?
That was the button and the lithograph.
So no. So the answer is no.
No.
Okay.
You just got candy, regular candy that you got at the other stations. You got the button and the little card. It looked like a postcard, but it's not a postcard. And that's it. You can also go there to check in for the party, get your wristbands there and everything, which is really, really cool. So you don't have to leave the park and come back in. And, of course, get your candy bag. And then, of course, they had set up all the merchandise so you can go online and buy the AP merchandise, pins, and, hey, whatever they need to do and make money, right? Make more money off the APs. So that's in Starcade. So if you guys still haven't went to your party and you do get there early, you can go into the Starcade so you can get your wristbands. If you're an AP, we had our, we got there way before the 3 o'clock when you can get in 3 o'clock. So we were there like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whenever it was. So if you're like in the park way before.
Oh, they had it open that early?
No. It wasn't open that early.
Oh.
I think it probably opened at 3. I don't know what time it opened.
That's still pretty early, I would think, though.
Well, I'm just saying, if 3 o'clock, the gates open so you can go in, because you could go in the park 3 hours before the party.
Oh, right.
So I'm guessing maybe that opened 3 hours before. I'm not sure. But anyways, if you're there.
Which doesn't really make any sense because APs could get in anytime they want.
Yeah, but you still have to get your wristband. That's
right.
the thing. You go in there, check in, you show your ticket, and you get your wristband.
Oh, you're talking about as far as it opening at that time to get wristbands.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know actually what time it opens, but if you're in the park before the 3 hours.
Now, were they only doing wristbands for APs, or were they doing wristbands for everybody?
No, just APs.
Okay.
I'm sure it's APs because I don't think a regular park guest would probably already be in there. I don't know.
Oh, true. That's true. They wouldn't already be in there.
Yeah.
It's like when they used to set up the ones over there. They used to have that one. They used to always set up over there at the entrance to Frontierland. Remember?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, that's where I thought it was going to be, but it was over there in Starcade. So, like I said, if you guys are APs and you get there early, you're there in 12 noon or rope drop. You don't have to get out. You don't have to get out of the park. You can go over there and check in, get your wristbands and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, they changed some treats this year.
Like the treats themselves?
Yeah, candy-wise.
They look bigger.
Well, no, they're basically the same, but they, I don't think last year they had Rice Krispie treats, which was really, really cool.
I don't remember Rice Krispie treats any of the times that I went.
Except for the hockey puck you still have in your room, probably.
Oh, yeah, that. But that was, once again, the AP treat.
Right. But no, they had a little...
And yes, I do.
They have the little Rice Krispie treats, which were really cool. That was new this year. I don't believe they had Hershey's cookies and cream. Did they have that before? I don't think.
No, I probably would have given it away.
Yeah, because I love those, and that was new this year. They got rid of this little peanut candy thing. I don't remember what it was. I know I don't like it, but
The one that was that like off-brand?
yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like in a brown package.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They got rid of that one. Oh, they added sunship chips.
Oh, I like sunship.
I do too. So that was pretty cool. Of course, you had the usual apples and
I like the apples.
carrots.
Carrots are good.
We actually got a lot of apples this year.
Did they have craisins?
Yes, they did. And I was going to bring some to you and I forgot.
Well,
So, yeah, I mean, regular treat stuff. Just I noticed difference of, some that were added this year, which is really cool. And, yeah. So, you know what? We just, did the treat trails. We looked around. Cool costumes. I did post a picture of the couple that had the Stark Industries T-shirt with the what do you call it? The
hard hat.
The hard hat, and then the bugs in the cage.
That was
Bugs
funny.
Land. That was really, really good.
Creative.
Yes, awesome costumes. Of course, like always, there's a lot of cool looking costumes. People who have some good ideas with their costumes. We watched the parade, and Vampirina made her parade debut of the Halloween parade there, and they just threw her at the end of the parade.
Wow.
In the back of the float.
Dirty.
So that big villains float with
with all the little windows.
Yeah, you had the villains
Everybody's hanging out.
Yeah, you had the villains on the floats, and then you have Chernobog on top, right? The Chernobog.
Right, and then you have the towers, one on each side, where there's a villain hanging out a window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they just threw her in the back of that float,
Dirty.
and she talks though. They have her talking and everything, which is kind of cool, but
Still dirty.
it is dirty. But anyway,
She's not even a villain, though. Well, is she? I mean, because she's the vampire?
I just think it's a vampire thing, and
Okay.
we got to put her somewhere.
Wow.
I thought she was going to be walking, like we said before. So maybe
Right.
she'll be walking the parade, but no, they threw her in the back.
Dirty.
And so, I mean, I watched the parade. Pretty cool. I did go live. If you guys saw that, it was there on Facebook. So you guys can go check that out. Also, we saw the fireworks show, which is pretty cool, of course. There's a lot of people there for that. And, I had a great time. It was cool. I'm just trying to think of anything else. I mean, it's just, you go there, you have fun, you do the things, you see. We didn't get to really see the cadaver dance due to time constraints, but we were over at Hungry Bear at the bathrooms over there to do that treat trail, and they actually came out to get on the raft to do the performance. So
Cool.
got a picture of
So
them.
you didn't
over
hear
there.
them, but you saw them.
Yeah, we saw them.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. There was a couple of treat trails we didn't get to, which is no big deal because, I don't really need the candy because I'm not supposed to be having candy.
Nope.
But it does come in handy.
You should have brought some to me. And
I was actually going to, and I forgot because they had the Swedish fish.
Dirty.
I know you like the Swedish fish.
Dirty, yes.
And I was going to bring them, and I forgot all about it.
Dirty.
Maybe I'll email it to you.
Well, that's okay. I mean, if you're not going to eat them, you could just bring them to me next week.
Yeah, I will. I'll bring you. I'll try to remember. I'll put it on my list. But you know what? The Halloween party was really good. It was fun, like always. And
At least it didn't rain.
yes, yeah, no rain this year on my Halloween party, which is really cool. But I heard there's going to be they're expecting some moisture next week here.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. Party was awesome, like always. I did post some pictures, and I probably will be posting more. And don't forget the party is sold out. But maybe you can try your luck and go into the ticket booth early and see if they have it. I don't know. I don't want to say for sure they do. So, like I said, when I was there, I didn't see any signs saying that the party was sold out. But you know what they were doing? Like every hour on the hour, they were actually having the announcement saying that the park was going to close at 6 o'clock for Mickey's Halloween party. I thought that was really cool, so they can make sure that everyone knows, hey, the park's closing. If you guys are not going to be part of the party, you know it's going to close. And then they had the hour, the announcement like at the 5 o'clock hour, and then they had like 30 minutes, and then they had in 15 minutes. It's going to
No
close.
excuses, jerks.
Basically, that's what it was about.
We don't want to hear any of you coming to City Hall at 6:30 saying, well, I didn't know the park was closing at 6.
Even though you passed a lot of signs that said it was.
And I'm sure you passed it when you parked. And I'm sure you passed it and saw it when you bought your tickets. And I'm sure you passed it when you did things.
There was
it was on the map, I'm sure.
There was signs right before you go into the gates.
Okay, it's probably not on the map, but
there were signs like in Disneyland when you walked through the tunnel.
Yeah, they're probably getting tired of people coming and complaining in the past years. They're like, we're going to beat it through their heads that there is a party.
So anyway.
Hey.
What?
There's a party.
There was a party, yeah. So yeah, I had a great time. It was really cool. And I was thinking about the price, how much it costs, and we talked about what is your, how much are you going to spend to go to this party? What is your limit? And I'm kind of thinking next year might be my limit, depending on what the prices are for next year, because it's getting to the point where for me, I don't think it's going to be worth it that much if it's the same stuff over and over. So, and
you even paid a cash price this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I did pay a good price, but that's what I'm thinking. I was thinking maybe next year the cash price will be still a good price.
I keep holding out hope that when they move it to DCA that they're not going to raise the price because they know that it's moving to a park that doesn't have as much to present. There's going to be no fireworks. That's why you have to figure they're going to come up with a World of Color.
Villainous.
Probably. And so, I mean, I still want to believe that they're not going to raise the price a whole lot when they move it next year because of that. But then at the same time, we just keep looking at their track record of they just keep raising prices. And, they're outpacing for basically a 5-hour event, like what you could pay for like a whole day at a con or, other things that of equivalent value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're paying $120, if you were paying full price for like Halloween, what's that, $120, something like that? That's basically a day's admission to the whole day at the park for only 5 hours.
Right.
Just to get a couple extra entertainment items. I mean,
It's worth it for people who've never been there.
Oh, absolutely.
But for us who've seen it and there's nothing new, the parade's the same and fireworks are the same. I mean, it's a badass show, but still, yeah, it's going to probably get to the point where I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't want to spend that much money for this. And
I mean, but absolutely next year, if the prices are reasonable, I will want to go because I want to see what they offer new.
Right.
Something.
Right.
What are you going to show me that's different than? Are you going to give us a completely new parade, or are you just going to take the same parade over to DCA and throw it at us? Or are you going to come up with a new parade? Right. Will there be a World of Color? Is that true? Let's hope so, because you have to have something to replace the fireworks.
Yep.
So I mean, other than you can't just take it to DCA and set up a bunch of treat trails and expect people to pay the same price what they've been paying to have it at Disneyland. If you're not going to have something equivalent, because even if they were to do a World of Color, any World of Color show is not necessarily going to be as good as, say, the Halloween fireworks show.
Yeah.
When that Halloween fireworks show is already getting stale. Because it's been the same one since they started the Mickey's Halloween parties. So, I mean,
well, remember it was before Halloween parties. I mean, it was a Halloween thing, and then later on they said, "Hey, it's only for Halloween parties now."
Oh, is that how it was?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's even more dirty.
It was a Halloween.
See, you used to be able to see that shit for free,
right?
And now you have to pay for it,
right?
So damn well, if it goes over to DCA, you better get something that's worth the price. If you're going to pay $120 to go on Halloween over at DCA, and then another thing is you get 2 attractions, rethemed attractions at now, because there's rumors that they might want to retheme racers at DCA for Halloween. We've seen that rumor, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember what else we've seen rumors for. You have to theme something else besides Tower of Terror if you want to keep up with what they're already doing at Disneyland, because you have Haunted Mansion, which is a complete crazy retheming, and then you have Ghost Galaxy, which is just a disc. I would consider Monsters After Dark. I would consider that a disc thing.
Right,
Because it's
right.
not a huge change.
No.
You need something mansion-esque to make it worth it to go over there.
Maybe they could have Ariel's Halloween at Under the Sea Adventure.
I mean, because the thing about the Haunted Mansion is that you don't have to go to the Halloween party to see that. You can just go to Disneyland. So, I mean, when they move it to DCA, we say if, but it's more of a win because we expected it this year. There's no way they're going to have Halloween party over at Disneyland next year with Star Wars open. There seems like there's zero chance of that. Unless they do this thing where they have Mickey's Halloween party and Star Wars is completely closed.
I was thinking the same thing.
Did you thought about that before?
Yeah.
I hadn't really thought about that until just right this second.
I was thinking about it probably 5 minutes ago. I'm serious. I was just thinking, what if they do have it there at Disneyland because they have the fireworks and everything, but this is closed.
Right.
I mean,
in theory, they could just have the whole whole Big Thunder Trail be closed because there's no reason to really go back there. Well, there was a trail. Was there a trick or treat trail there?
maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, because they were having 2 trick or treat trails in the 2 arms going into Star Wars. That's right.
Oh yeah.
So there was actually technically 2.
So see, I missed those 2.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, they're real quick about trick or treat trails. Make sure you look at the maps. They do have your map, the map there, so you can have the maps of the trails. But also remember that there is a trail in the overflow from Main Street to Plaza.
Is that on the map?
It probably is. I forgot about it, and they go, oh man, we didn't go over there. So there's that treat trail right there. Just to,
Because I didn't remember if I had told you that there were going to be ones in the Star Wars entrances.
They had that last year.
Oh, did they have that last year?
Yeah. Or
I think I remember you telling me that they had those last year.
Yeah. But yeah, I forgot. Anyway, if you guys go to the party, make sure you look at the maps and you'll know where everything is and you'll know what time parades are, fireworks, and performances from the Cadaver Dance and all that kind of stuff.
Right. And if they decide to keep the party at Mickey's at Disneyland and just close Star Wars for the parties, then forget everything I just talked about.
All right, so moving on. Hey, guess what? Splash Mountain has a new sponsor.
Is it something with water?
It's not Brawny. No, not paper towels.
Oh, it's not Brawny paper towels?
No.
The quicker pick the picker
upper
quicker picker upper.
No, it's Ziploc.
What? Ziploc? What does that have to do with water and zippity doo dying and Breyers?
Yeah, so it has to do with keeping your
Breyers
not getting wet or something. Don't wet your Breyers.
Whoa.
I don't know what it is. Anyway, yeah, Ziploc is a new sponsor for Splash Mountain, and they were giving out Ziploc bags so you can keep your valuables dry. And of course, if you don't want to keep the bag, you can put it in a receptacle to recycle. So basically the way it worked was you stand in your line, you're in the line, and right when you get to the barn, there's a cast member giving out the bags.
So they're physically giving the
bags out. They are
out.
giving out the bags. Supposedly, if you can, they were allowed to give you 2 if you ask for another one. And that's it. And once you exit the ride, you come down after you see your picture, you go down the exit, and right at the end, where usually you line up for the handicap, there's the bins there to recycle.
They look like barrels.
Yes. So, as far as I know, they're still giving them out.
I want one for a souvenir.
You go grab one, I guess, because I think you can just go ahead and if you get a nice cast member, say, oh, can I get one without being in line?
Right.
Because our friend Jeff did that, and he grabbed 2 of them when
I'll
he
just
was
go
there.
over there and hang out for a little while and just pick one up off the ground.
I was thinking just going to recycle bin and pull it out if you really need to get
I
a
know,
couple.
right?
So, anyway, yeah, so Ziploc has a bag that they're giving out. So, of course, you got people complaining, oh, well, Disney wants to get rid of straws and lids, but they can go ahead and give this plastic stuff away and blah, 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 blah. And
I think this was a partnership that was probably worked on a long time ago by people that are totally separate from the people who made the decision about the lids and the straws, and they didn't know about each other's plans or the marketing. Because obviously the Ziploc thing is a marketing department thing, and it's also probably there's probably a specific department within the theme parks that deals with the sponsors for the rides and crap like that. So it's obviously two completely separate things that there was no communication between the two, because it looks really bad.
Well, I think it's like Ziploc says, okay, we're sponsoring your ride, but we need people to not just see our name up here. We need people to see our product. We're going to put the Splash Mountain logo thing here on this bag, and you guys are going to give it out. And Disney says, okay, because Disney wants their money.
Right.
So they're not going to say, oh, no, we can't give out the bags because we're getting rid of straws. So anyway, that's what I think it is. Just like you said, it's just totally different from them trying to be eco-friendly and all that kind of crap. But, yeah, of course, people are going to complain, but they don't really try to think of what they're really doing. And basically Ziploc saying, this is what we want you to do.
At least probably I'm going to say probably a Ziploc bag probably recycles better than a straw and a lid, but I'm not going to argue that point. If somebody wants to, go ahead, because I don't care.
I don't know anything about being biodegradable.
You're definitely biodegradable.
Well, thank you.
Except for your whatever you have inside of you.
I don't have nothing inside of me.
I don't know. Okay, then
I might have some. I don't know.
You have less things inside of you. If anything, you're more easily biodegradable because you're missing a gallbladder.
You're dirty.
Hey, so you know what's not dirty?
What?
Sneak peeks of sneak peeks of sneak peeks and stuff.
I like sneak peeks.
Now, they were still showing that second batch of Pixar trailers or Pixar shorts over there at the Sunset Showcase, right?
I think that one was over with. They were just still showing them over at Tomorrowland.
As far as I know, in Tomorrowland, they were still only showing the first batch.
Right.
So they didn't switch over from the first batch to the second batch like they should have.
Probably not.
Okay, so as far as you know, they were only still showing the first batch at. So there's been nothing showing at.
I don't think so.
Sunset Showcase.
No,
okay.
because when we were there, when Vampirina was,
right,
that was her cue.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
I was wondering about that, whether that was still showing over there. It really makes no sense that they didn't maybe put all the shorts at Tomorrowland, unless they're just gonna put. Because I keep thinking that there's gonna be a Ralph sneak peek, and that maybe Ralph is gonna be in Tomorrowland.
That would be cool.
So I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, starting on October 5th, which is next Thursday.
Yes.
Next Thursday.
No, Friday.
Or next Friday, right. Next Friday. Thursday would be the AP preview. Starting next Friday, the 5th, will be a sneak peek over there at Sunset Showcase Theater of the Nutcracker in the Four Realms.
That looks pretty good. I've seen the
It looks
previews.
interesting. There's a lot of, I keep looking at it and I'm like, it looks like Alice.
Maybe a little bit,
It looks like the Tim Burton Alice to me, smushed together with Tim Burton's, the second to the sequel to that, Through the Looking Glass, smushed together with some other movie that's like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
I saw the preview this weekend because I went to the movies, and to see it on the big screen was really, really cool.
I'm sure if I get a chance to go see the sneak peek, then maybe it might change my mind, but we'll see. They will be showing, as always, the first, or not the first, but it'll be a 12-minute preview that'll also include a special message from Mackenzie Foy, who is the star of the movie. She's not the Nutcracker.
Okay.
And that will go until who knows when. And, of course, if you're an AP, most likely you should be able to go over there on October 4th, Thursday, October 4th, for a bookmark or some other fantastic gift.
Now, a good gift would be a Nutcracker keychain.
Ooh, that would be cool.
I think that would be pretty tight.
What about a you got that water bottle that looks like a Nutcracker.
That'd be pretty cool.
What about an actual Nutcracker?
Maybe. Who knows? I was thinking keychain Nutcracker because it's small,
right?
Compared to them trying to give you something that's bigger than a keychain.
Let me think if there's some nuts that might be able to be broken with a keychain Nutcracker. No.
Ooh, speaking of nuts, I went to the LA County Fair.
Yes.
And you go to those when they're selling the peanuts and stuff like that, and they give you samples of like the what are those called? Those toffee coated peanuts or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Oh man, those were so good. Yeah, I had like a couple of those samples. Pretty good. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I like I said, I just saw the preview at the movie theater in Dolby, so it sounded pretty cool and it looked pretty good. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing that movie.
Yeah, so go check that out. It will be, of course, the preview will be in 3D and with all your technically like a 4D.
Yeah.
So go check it out starting October 5th.
All right, so if you guys are part of our Patreon, our Patreon family, we have Patreon. All you got to do,
I don't speak Latin.
All you have to do is go to patreon.com/MousePIRE and give a $3 Michael the Mail Guy special. You can help support the podcast, and we are actually doing what we're doing now is if we have some news that we can share, we're going to share it with Patreon people first, our Patreon first. So we actually did that yesterday.
We did?
Yes, we did.
Cool.
He didn't get the notification because he's not a Patreon. But we share some news that the alien pizza planet
is going back to normal?
Is staying indefinitely.
Oh.
But they will be getting a new sign.
Yay! Wait, does this come from legitimates?
Yes, it comes from a legitimate source. They will be staying. New signs coming. And, of course, they're going to try to make more money because they're going to try to get the Pizza Planet shirts. To sell the shirts.
Oh, cool.
Merchandise.
I hope they're changing the uniforms of the cast members inside the Pizza Planet uniforms.
You can always...
And they need to have video games inside. They need to change the whole decor inside because they had already changed the signs. I don't know if you saw that. They already changed the posters on the wall back to something completely generic. Space,
really?
Tomorrowland.
Oh, so they took out the Pixar.
They took off the Pixar stuff, and they had changed it back to something space or Tomorrowland.
Probably what
related.
they had before.
I think the old attraction posters. I think is what it was. Or
Maybe.
Something. Anyways, so if they're gonna be doing that permanently, they, I don't want them to be like, oh, we're gonna make it permanent. Here's your sign that you wanted, but then they're not gonna do anything else.
Right.
That'd be stupid.
So yeah, the word we got was
and we'll see if the menu completely changes too.
That's what I said. I said it'd be nice if they get some better food in there too.
Well, they should just completely drop the pasta and pizza only. First of all, because it's Pizza Planet, it's not Pizza Pasta Planet. If somebody wants pasta, go walk your ass over to DCA. There's pasta over there. It's basically the same shit anyways.
Yeah.
So maybe you could have a salad in a container.
So yeah, they said that they're going to be changing the sign soon. I don't have a time frame on when that's going to happen. And like I said, new merchandise in there.
It'll happen about the same time that the Luxo or the Pixar thing goes on.
Probably
next year.
So yeah, that's some news for that.
Cool. That's interesting.
Yep. Also, we got some news today. Of course, it's Halloween, so it's time to talk about Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
So Christmas in the parks, of course, is coming up November 9th, I believe. That's when it starts.
Which we already knew. It was interesting that they decided to remind us of that.
Yeah, but they give you a little bit more information on stuff.
Did they bury something in the very bottom paragraph again?
I wouldn't say really bury, but they announced that the Pixar Play Parade will end on November 4th.
Oh, okay.
And Paint the Night will end on November 7th. So to get ready for, of course...
Wait, Paint the Night's ending?
Yes, Paint the Night will end on November 7th.
We predicted Pixar Play ending, obviously, because it has to, because for the Christmas parade, but we expected Paint the Night to stay through the holidays.
Well, I'm thinking that they're going to do that because of the Festival of Fatness.
Oh, right.
No, I mean, the thing is last year, this year during the spring one, the Food and Wine Festival.
They did that test.
They did the test, but the booths were up. But, of course, they closed all the booths.
Right.
So maybe they don't want to have to close the booths for the parade.
That's
for people to start lining up. They just want to make sure.
I forgot about that.
So and of course, it's Christmas time. It's going to be very, very busy.
Right.
So for them to close the booths for a parade, they're not going to make the money.
It doesn't matter to me, but it's surprising. But then I completely forgotten about Festival of Fatness,
Right.
taking up that space. And I mean, even though they got the parade through there once, doesn't mean they want to do it every damn night.
Right. So
yeah,
you guys have until November 4th to catch the Pixar Play Parade, and November 7th for Paint the Night.
That's funny that they have Paint the Night running a few extra nights, because then that is, well, I mean, we already know that means that Festival of Fatness will start on November 9th, most likely, November 9th.
Yeah.
So otherwise, there's no reason to end Paint the Night early.
Yes. So I'm sure that even though that they're going to have the parade still going, they're still going to have the booths up.
Right.
But there's not going to be anyone at the booths, so there's not going to be any worry about traffic over there. And of course, with the Christmas, you have all the Christmas Fantasy Parade coming back. You have the Christmas fireworks coming back over at Disneyland, and we just talked about Festival of Holidays. We call it Festival of Fatness, and of course, you have Elena.
Viva Navidad.
Yeah, Viva Navidad coming back. So I love Christmas. It's going to be pretty cool. I can't wait for all that. So November 9th is when the holiday season starts at the park. So look forward to that, because I know I am.
I just want to get through Halloween.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what? After
I like both. So
after going to the Halloween party and going to Knott's Scary Farm,
you feel like Halloween's over for you.
I do.
Dirty.
I do. Oh, wait a minute. We're not even
in October yet. Shit, man. Settle down.
All right. So Anthony went to the hotels last week, and he
a couple of weeks ago we still had one of those those discount coupons, the 40% one, and had been looking around deciding what to have, and we kind of decided on that. We had announced it. It's fairly new, that Cal Italian buffet at the Pacific Pier Hotel.
Yeah.
And that's all. No, so we went over there. I just want to say first that before we get into the whole meal and the hotel thing and my review of the buffet, I parked at the parking structure, because it's the easiest way if you're going, because that's through security twice and a long ass walk if you want to park at Toy Story and then have to go to, especially the Pacific Pier. That was far. Man, I was dying. But anyways, so I had to go. We were going to go into the parks first, and so we actually we're going to go on the tram. I hadn't been on the tram since everything had been moved underground. First of all, it's super loud in there. You know how I had been complaining about and saying how I thought there'd be fumes, and how I didn't think that it was safe because of the fumes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The noise pollution in there is bad. I mean, she said she didn't think it was that bad, but I couldn't hear anything. I thought the noise in there was way too loud. I was like, damn, if this isn't any kind of like smog pollution in here, or, air pollution under here, there's certainly some noise pollution going on and some decibel levels exceeding, appropriate levels. It's loud.
Damn.
And, boy, we've told stories on here about our stuff being, our bags and purses and whatever else. We've told many, many stories on this podcast about security, manhandling, and wow, they because they have actual security over there doing bag checks. Are they using security, or is it just cast members at the other one? They went back to security, right? I keep forgetting.
No, it's security.
It's always security. Yeah,
security too.
Boy, he took her purse and was like all in that shit. Like he took everything out and was like digging in there, and like, man, they don't care.
Oh no,
they don't care. They don't care. then they shouldn't. They're not allowed to do that. They can't be allowed to do that. It just annoys me because it's like a complete invasion of privacy. It's just like the week before you had just got done talking about how they made you open up your diabetes case.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that. It's really like and then we were just talking about we're in the security checkpoint or the generation.
Right.
It's been so long now, and it's just so ridiculous because it just seems like it's even worse over there. I don't know if it just happened. We got the guy that was like the worst of them all or something. It's just like it makes you feel dirty before you even go in the park. It's like I don't know how people can not be traumatized by going through security and having that. And we go through it all the time. We're used to it. What about people that show up and they're not used to that sort of thing? I don't know.
I went to the Not Scary Farm, and I was walking up, and I was thinking, oh, man, because you know how we go there, and they wand you and everything. You got to do the arms thing. Right. I'm like, I don't want to go through all that. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. They got metal detectors. They only wand you if you go off. So I wasn't really worried about it. So anyway, I go up there, and every time I go there, I open my bag. They look through it, and they okay, go ahead. Never once anything else. Well, this time the guy asked if he could open up my diabetes thing, my meter. I didn't care because I'm like, this is haunt. They're more strict on security during the haunt. And I said, but he said, can I open this up, please? I said, yes, but please open up slowly. Because if he would have ripped it open, my needles would have been all over the place. So he did that. He opened up slowly, looked.
But he asked.
Yeah, exactly.
Disneyland security would just open that shit.
Well, Disneyland actually tells you, can you open it? They don't open
do they?
It. Yeah, they tell you.
Oh.
So I was like, okay, I was cool with it. Like, he asked, like, yes, please do it slowly. He opened it slowly. Nothing popped out or anything. So then he put it back in. Okay, you can go. So even, like I said, Knott's Berry Farm is really, really strict on their security at those events. But after what you said, you're just going into the resort. You're not going to a special event where there's always trouble at those, type of events.
I wasn't even necessarily going to the resort. I was just going to.
Well,
I could have been just going to downtown Disney.
Yeah, but you're going into the resort.
Right.
So
it's just like.
Yeah, it's just weird.
It's just stupid that it has to be so invasive.
Yeah.
If they would just be like Universal, and I know I'm a broken record at this, and I'm going to keep saying it until they do it. If they would just get freaking X-ray machines, it wouldn't feel so invasive, because it wouldn't feel like your stuff is being raped, so to speak. Because then if you just put it through an X-ray machine, nobody's touching it; they're just looking at it. It doesn't feel. It's not as invasive of an action.
Yeah.
I hear that cast members are getting
yes,
X-ray machines.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
I went on Pirates finally.
Ooh.
And I'm so glad to have the dialogue back and all that in that one scene. It makes me so happy. The octopus thing is really hilarious. And as far as I'm concerned, all of that stuff that they did in that section by restoring all that audio and putting that octopus in, it makes what they did with the auction scene insignificant to me, because that improves the ride a lot more than what people think that changing the auction scene degrades the ride, so to speak.
Now, the scene with the octopus and the pirate, did you actually look at the pirate all the way through?
Oh, no. I was listening. I was enjoying the dialogue. I was looking at the octopus more, I think.
So basically, it's, you start the pirate. When you start, you have all those skeletons and everything, because it's supposed to be afterwards.
Right.
And then you go, and this is what happened before. Well, that pirate there basically is the transition.
Oh, he's your spirit guide?
Well, not really that, but when you go in and you first see him, you'll see the skull.
Oh, okay.
Skeleton. But if you look back the other way, the other side is like a regular.
Oh, okay.
Human. Yeah.
I'll have to pay attention to that next time I go on it.
Pretty cool.
Like I said, I was looking more at the octopus. But yeah, I'm so happy that dialogue has been restored in that scene. It makes me so happy, and I feel like that transition from the skeletons and all those scenes is much more fluid going into the battle now, rather than just there being that kind of silence through part of it, other than Davy Jones speaking. So yeah, it's way better, and everybody who complained about that, I've told you before, but you're stupid.
Are you hungry? Well, they are. It's time for Fat Time in the Parks.
So finally, we got over to the hotel. Oh, man, that was a walk. That was a bit of a walk, bit of a light stroll, so to speak. So we get over there, and that buffet was pretty good. It was Italian. Let me get a picture of what I had so I can remember. Oh, I can't do that. It's plugged in. Hold on. Standing by. All right. Let me see. I have a picture. There's food on this plate. So they had it actually had, more, it had like a kind of like a half, like if you went to a buffet in Vegas and you only went to the section of the buffet, if you went to only the section of the world buffet that was the Italian section, that would be what this buffet was. Because it was pretty much just all Italian stuff. They had an eggplant parmesan, which obviously I didn't eat because I don't eat eggplant. And they had really good lasagna. They had some really good meatballs. They had a really good.
What is it, spicy?
It was a spicy meatballs. They were very large too. They had some very large balls. Just like Jack in the Box has some very large bowls.
Yeah.
These were some very large
I heard
bowls.
He has good bowls.
They're actually not that good. I had one of his bowls.
You don't like
and it was not as good as Flame Broiler or what's that other place? Oh, Waba Grill.
So you're trying to say you don't like Jack's bowls?
I don't like Jack bowls, but I do like I do like the buffet's balls. They were very moist, and they had great flavor. They had a really good chicken cacciatore, and it was really cool. They had a guy, you know how you go to like a breakfast or a breakfast buffet or something, and they have the guy making omelets.
Oh, right.
They had a guy making fresh like pasta.
Ooh.
Where they put the meat and stuff and veggies in a pan with the sauce, and they mix. You could choose from a bunch of sauces. You could choose from several different pastas and stuff. So I got that. That was really good. It was good. I liked it. They had service was good. There was hardly anybody in there. I mean, evening on a Thursday. I don't know how many people would really be going to the hotel. That hotel seems kind of dead anyways. I don't know.
I've never been there.
I've never been to that hotel at all. So, you've never been there either?
No, I've never been.
Oh, really? There's no reason to go over there, I guess.
Not for me.
I didn't even realize that the entrance to that hotel was right across from the Grand Californian, that we could have actually went through the Grand Californian and then crossed the street.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't think we could have done that because that was the day that DCA closed early. So I don't think we could have done that anyways.
Okay.
But, yeah, somebody was like, oh, you could have just crossed the street. And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know because I've never been here. But, yeah, it was good. They have a really nice selection. They call it the Cal Italian. I don't really know what that's supposed to mean, but it is
California Italian.
Yeah, I know California Italian, but I mean it just looked Italian. Maybe it just means it's like
Italian food in California.
I mean it's better than Olive Garden.
Cool.
So yeah, I like it. I recommend. For the price, it wasn't that bad. Of course, we had a discount, but that's beside the point.
But would you go there again without the discount?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, I've never been in the hotel before, and haven't they always had a buffet at that place?
Probably.
So, I mean, I guess the answer would probably be no. I don't know. I recommend you go if you do want to go and if you like a buffet. I also just want to say that since we had parked at the parking structure real quick, I just want to say how quickly the parking structure, the new parking structure addition is coming along. Wow. They're already on got like part of the 4th level started.
Oh, cool.
Like on one side, they only have like maybe 2 or 3 levels, but then on the other side, they got sections of like the 4th level already going up. So it's like, whoa.
Don't fall off the level.
I won't fall off the level. So speaking of Downtown Disney, I think we mentioned it last time, right? That this was happening. But now it's been confirmed, And I've actually seen that there's a sign out front.
Oh.
I've seen a picture of a sign that's out front now that Earl of Sandwich is definitely coming back. I believe we mentioned last time that we had rumors that also Rainforest was going to come back, and ESPN was going to come back, but it's something else. I got addition to that rumor that it would be something else, but still sports related.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know how they would do that. I mean, since they own ESPN, I don't know what else they would do.
Right.
If it's not ESPN, I guess it could just be some generic sports bar.
I know. Sport Goofy.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That'd
there you
be
go.
cool.
I mean, the original Disney sports. Yes.
Yes.
I want to be able to walk in there and there's like all of the how to play sports videos playing on the screen.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be great. So yeah, we don't have a date on Earl of Sandwich. It just says coming soon, but returning for a limited time. I don't know what did they need to say that?
I think they want to say that so you know that it's not going to be there forever.
That they still want to do something over there, and But here's Earl Sandwich back, but we still plan on doing something here,
right?
Hopefully,
that's what I think it is.
So, but yeah, whenever Earl Sandwich comes back, I'm going to guess it's probably going to be back for a little while because they don't know what they're doing, and nobody does. So soon, the Duke of Earl will be back. All right. So speaking of Christmas, coming out on, of course, December 19th will be Mary Poppins Returns.
Hey, I saw that preview too at the movie theater.
Did you? What'd you see it with?
I saw The House with the Clock in the Wall.
Oh, you saw that movie? How was it?
It was really good.
Good, because we want to see it.
It's really, really good. It's funny. I like it. Jack Black is just awesome.
Did you use the A-list?
Yes, I did.
Cool. So, like you said, the Mary Poppins Returns new trailer is out. It'll probably be, well, I'm not going to say it's the last one. It's probably the last one that you should watch if you don't want to be, probably, because, when they start getting into later ones, there starts having to be spoilers and shit.
Yeah.
I have a particular one coming up that if you don't want spoilers, you may not want to listen to it. But let's check it out.
I honestly can't remember why we kept most of this stuff to begin with.
Don't you remember that kite? We used to love flying that with Mother and Father.
Those days are long behind me.
That's why I live and breathe.
I was flying the kite and it got caught on a nanny.
Mary.
Poppins, you came back.
You seem hardly to have aged at all.
Really? One never discusses a woman's age, Michael. Would have hoped I taught you better.
What brings you here after all this time?
Same thing that brought me the first time. I've come to look after the bank's children.
Us?
Oh, yes, you too.
We're about to lose our home. Everything's fallen to pieces since your mother.
I miss Mother.
Nothing's gone forever, only out of place.
It's a good thing you come along when you did, Mary Poppins.
How'd you do that?
Do what?
So you've been off filling the children's heads with stuff and nonsense.
You've forgotten what it's like to be a child.
Everything is possible.
Even the impossible. Off we go.
Yeah. I want to sell, I think, like 4 things I like about that trailer. You get to hear Mary Poppins sing. So we know that her singing sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like a little bit, so it wasn't too much.
Right.
We get to see that they are going to have animation mixed scenes, and it looks good. Because, it wouldn't be a Mary Poppins without them frolicking with animated characters and wearing animated costumes. Angela Lansbury. Don't know who she is, but we get to see her. Dick Van Dyke.
Mm-hmm.
Looking just like his character from the original Mary Poppins when he played the elder Mr. Dawes. Can't wait.
Yep, I'm excited to see that too.
Looking forward to that. Hey, all right. So, as far as I know, Jungle Cruise is still coming out a long time from now.
Yeah.
October of 2019. But because apparently Emily Blunt, speaking of Emily Blunt from Mary Poppins, Emily Blunt and The Rock like the sound of their own voices, and they just want to keep making videos of during production. Well, this will probably be the last one because they have now wrapped production on Jungle Cruise, but of course they wrapped it with a video to commemorate. I haven't even watched this yet, so this was from like a couple weeks ago. Yay, that was it.
Wow, it's amazing.
How do we sum it up?
How do we sum it up? We're wrapping up Jungle Cruise. We wanted to make something very special for the world to enjoy.
And truly, there is an X factor involved with making this incredible movie,
Yes.
Jungle Cruise, without which this film simply wouldn't have been made.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nope.
What do you mean?
Absolutely not. No, this is not about you for once.
Okay, fine. No, you're right. I guess it's about them.
It's about these people.
Yes, it's about them. It's about the crew, the hardworking
Incredible crew.
Could not have done it without them. So this is an official wrap of Jungle Cruise. I know, it's very sad. And as always, Walt, this one is for you, buddy. My lady. You're welcome.
Very, very sweaty.
Yes, well.
Smells a bit, but...
You know, the cameras are rolling.
It's all right.
Okay. Well, shall we?
To Jungle Cruise!
To Jungle
He gave her his sweaty hat.
Oh.
And then they all threw hats in the air, so now she no longer has the sweaty hat that belonged to The Rock, because now it's on the floor, mixed up with a bunch of other hats.
That's funny.
So, there's that.
Cool.
You know what doesn't have anything to do with hats?
What?
Although, well, I'm sure there's hats in it, but Ralph.
I like that guy.
Yeah, I think I need to finally see the first one.
Yes.
So that way I could actually go and watch
I think you would really enjoy the first one.
So anyways, I was mentioning that there was a trailer that had a little bit of spoilers in it. This is it. You may not want to listen for the next 2 minutes or something. Just the beginning of the trailer, I say, has spoilers, sort of, just to how the story starts and why they're in the internet. But this is probably the last major trailer that they're probably going to put out for Ralph, I'm guessing. I don't know. You're probably going to see 50 bazillion of them between now and when it comes out on TV. Yeah, don't listen for 2 minutes if you don't want to hear spoilers.
3, 2, 1,
Way to go, kid.
1 second, I'm having the time of my life. The next thing I know, my game is just gone.
Hello, let me tell you what it's like. Sugar Rush is getting unplugged.
Oh no, I'm freaking out hard.
If I'm not a racer, what am I?
Oh, you're my best friend. All we gotta do is find a part to fix your game. Everything goes back to the way it was.
But where are we gonna find that?
The internet.
What?
Get my geek on. Wow. Get my geek on.
Get rid of belly fat using this one weird trick.
Sassy housewives want to meet you.
They do.
Want to get rich playing video games? Slaughter Race. He's wicked dangerous.
Oh, yep, I'm out of that code. It was a 1, but it was an O. Oh, nice kitty. Nice kitty. Attention to detail is pretty impressive.
Well, well, well. Who are you?
I think we should get out of here.
Whoa.
Showtime. Let's race.
Come and get it.
Get back on the track.
There is no track. I can drive anywhere. I love it here.
Who knew there's there's so many babies and cats in the world.
That is what the internet was made for! It's full of weirdos. I want this to be my life. I don't think I could ever tell Ralph.
There's no law saying best friends have to have the same dreams.
This is what's called the dark net.
Are you sure this is safe?
Just whatever you do not look at his little brother.
Oh, his little brother?
What are you doing here?
The reason I came to your neck of the face. I mean, there's a face in your neck. I mean, woods. Neck of the woods.
Hey, the internet's full of a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, break stuff.
I'm ready for that movie. A lot of people are ready for that movie.
Are you?
Yes.
You know what I'm ready for?
What?
Captain Marvel.
Cool.
Hey, so we finally got a Captain Marvel trailer, whenever that was, last week. So that was pretty cool. That was on Good Morning America or something. With, Brie Larson was on Captain America to unveil the first teaser trailer for Captain Marvel. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, you need to check it out.
I was going to, but
obviously listening to it isn't going to do it justice. But I know it's another one of those. You're like, I don't really understand what this has to do with any of the other stuff. Kind of like Ant-Man, and it's one of those things that if you see a preview of it, a sneak peek of the sneak peek over there at the park, then maybe it might get you excited. But until then, who knows? All right, let's check it out.
War is a universal language. I know a renegade soldier when I see one. Never occurred to me that one might come from above. Space invasion, big car chase. Truth be told, I was ready to hang it up till I met you today. So you're not from around here?
It's hard to explain. I keep having these memories. I see flashes. I think I had a life here. But I can't tell if it's real.
We have no idea what threats are out there. We can't do this alone. We need you.
I'm not what you think I am.
I did see this trailer.
You did?
Yeah, I forget.
Oh my
I forgot all about it. I just know it was Wreck-It Ralph that I didn't see. So yeah, I mean, we had like a lot of things coming up.
Oh, so this was with the movie?
No.
You just saw this?
No, I saw it when it came out.
Oh, okay, I see.
Because I did. After I saw the beginning
the Blockbuster Video.
Yeah, I did see this.
Yeah, so let's just talk about Blockbuster Video. Of course, this movie takes place in the 90s. We've mentioned it many times in the past, but just in case you guys had forgotten, this movie takes place in the 90s. So we got Blockbuster Video. We get young Nick Fury with both eyes.
Yeah.
Although I think we get a hint that maybe he loses that eye in this movie. There's a shot in there. I'm not going to bring attention to it, but there's a shot that might imply he loses the eye in this movie. But we get a shot of young Agent Coulson. I think there's a shot where she's wearing the Nirvana shirt or something. I know there's a shot, one of the shots from the when they had the EW spread a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
She's wearing a band shirt. She's wearing something that's totally 90s. So yeah, punch that old lady.
I was gonna say I learned
that's what everybody's talking about. This was her punching the old lady. It became a whole thing. Why, it was even a hashtag. Why she punched the old lady or something like that. And then it became a GIF, and then all kinds of things. So what do you have to say about her punching old ladies?
I was thinking, what I learned from this trailer is only a woman can hit another woman. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, so a lot of people are obviously speculating why she's punching the old lady in the scene.
Obviously, it's important.
Obviously, it's important. So either that old lady's just a bitch. Some old ladies, never not going to name any names, but it brings back to a whole storyline that everybody's been expecting, and you get a couple glimpses of Skrulls. They're the green aliens from the Marvel universe that mixed with the Kree, which is the blue guys. That if you've watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you know about the blue guys, and also that's what Ronan in Guardians of the Galaxy, the guy he does the dance off with.
Yeah,
that's what he was. So the important thing in the overall Marvel universe that was actually introduced, originally in Fantastic Four, was that there's a big intergalactic battle going on between the Krees and the Skrulls. And one of the things about the Skrulls, the green guys, as I said, was that they shape. No, they don't shapeshift, but they'll disguise. They've had whole storylines where Skrulls come to Earth and they basically infiltrate and disguise themselves as humans.
Oh, okay.
So everybody's thinking that maybe it's part of a whole Skrull invasion. It was why she's here, and that the old lady might be a Skrull, and they could be setting up for there could be Skrulls within the Avengers, perhaps. Maybe one of the Avengers isn't actually that person. There was a whole storyline in the comics a few years ago called Secret Invasion, where you find out that several members of the Avengers and S.H.I.E.L.D. have been replaced by Skrull infiltrators, and there was a whole crazy thing. So if they're moving in that direction, they either may be setting up for that have something to do with Thanos, or they could be setting up deep seeds for that to be the storyline post Thanos. May have something to do with the Skrull and the Skrull invasion or something like that. But we'll have to wait and see what this sets up and everything. And of course, that comes out on March 8th.
Maybe you're a Skrull.
Maybe I am. All right, so we got word this week also relating to Marvel that Loki, Scarlet Witch, and some other Marvel heroes will be getting their own limited TV series on the Disney streaming service. Of course, we could pretty much expect to be hearing all kinds of streaming service news between now and the launch. Now, apparently they're in early development for these number of limited series. They just happen to mention, it says these series will be likely include Loki and Scarlet Witch, but they don't really say they are, but then they go on to say that for sure Tom Hiddleston and Elizabeth Olsen will reprise their roles as Scarlet Witch and Loki for these little series. So I guess, but then Marvel and Disney had no comment. I don't understand how any of this really comes to be if Marvel and Disney has no comment about something that supposedly has to do with them. Where did the information come from? But yeah, Variety's reporting on it, so it must be true, right? So it sounds cool. I like the idea. It might be some sort of, especially with Loki, they could do maybe some sort of prequel miniseries or something. As far as Scarlet Witch goes, I mean, you can always, depending on what's going to happen and when these come out, it could explore things that she's doing, getting over Vision, spoilers from Infinity War. It's been a while now. Her getting over Vision's death and stuff like that. Because she didn't evaporate, right? She's still around.
I don't remember who did what.
So we'll just have to wait and see, and who else they choose to have with that. I did get the. I talked about the DC Universe streaming service. I actually got the free trial of that. I think I might keep it just for the animated series stuff, because they have almost all the animated series. They even have the old George Reeves black and white Superman.
Oh, cool.
On there. They have Lois and Clark, if you're into that. They have all of the Superman, the original Fleischer Superman from animated from the 40s. They have the newer one from the late 80s. They used the John Williams theme. They have all seasons of Super Friends on there. So, I mean, just for that stuff alone is worth the whatever it is, $7.99 or whatever it is a month. I don't remember, something like that. So but then you have access to comics. You can download especially if you have a tablet or something. But even then, you can put a comic on the big screen and read a comic on the big screen. So you have access to all kinds of comics in there, and with obviously, hopefully, more to be added. So I think definitely right off the bat, right from launch, they're already worth the price of admission on that one. So I highly recommend the DC. If you're a big DC fan, especially if you're a fan of any of the animated series, they're all on there. I highly recommend it. All these other ones are beating Disney. Oh, yeah. I don't know if Disney really doesn't seem to care, or else they would be trying to get it out there. They want to make sure it's going to be great or packed with stuff. So we'll see how that goes, because I'm predicting that even the Warner Brothers one will probably roll out before Disney does. So while people are saying there's too much Star Wars and that there might be a slowdown on Star Wars, I'm going to have more of a rant about that next week, and about Bob Iger's quote-unquote interview. I will talk about more about that next week, but I just want to say while they make it sound like they wanted to have a slowdown on Star Wars, there's definitely no slowdown on the Marvel stuff.
Right.
All right, so we got an exciting DuckTales announcement just the other day.
Woo! That
not only did we get the announcement that we will be getting season 2 on October 20th, way sooner than I expected, way sooner than anybody expected. They said this year, but I was expecting maybe November, December. October 20th, people, that's less than a month away. Get ready to get your woohoo on once again. But not only did they announce that, they announced season 3.
Ooh.
And they announced it with Ben Schwartz, Bobby Moynihan, and Danny Pudi getting together as Huey, Dewey, and Louie in the recording room all together for the first time. Because apparently they all record separately.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because I know some shows will record. Sorry.
Hey, I want a grilled cheese.
Ooh. So they have all three of them together. Apparently they don't record together, so this is a first. And it's just basically them being nonsense.
Get out of the way and let it.
Wait, where is she?
The neck. Get out of the way.
The neck.
Stop. Just wait. Wait 1 second. It'll go me, then Danny, then you.
If I didn't do it, I have Fred. Get up. I'm the most responsible brother.
They know I'm here, right? And that it is very late in England.
Yo, what's up with the world today? Like,
show me like spiders all over your face.
I scream like spiders on my face?
Yeah.
Ah! Why is that wrong?
It just didn't really...
Okay, fall into spikes, go.
Fall into spikes, Danny.
Ah!
Fun zone.
With us in the zone. Can I get a grilled cheese, please?
Can I get a fettuccine Alfredo?
I'll have the duck. What? Orders up.
No launch pad, that's my lasagna.
Yeah, I think that's my line.
It says my line right here.
It says Dewey right there.
I'm Dewey in the show.
Do I not play Dewey?
No. You play
I'm Louie. I've been doing this wrong for 2 seasons.
David, that's your cue. I really thought he was going to be more professional than this.
Yeah.
Hit your cue. You're from England, right? He's been on so many shows. Hit your cue.
Yeah, more like Dr. Webb.
Bless me, bagpipes.
DuckTales Season 3!
Oh, yeah, did I mention that David Tennant was... I don't know if he's in that other room recording, or if he's actually in England on like a feed, waiting for them to record, but he's just sitting there exasperated. And it's really funny. So that's great. Season 3, 2019. Season 2, October 20th. I cannot get enough of this show, as I said a few episodes ago. I think it's the best thing. It's the writing is so amazing, and the attention to story. And you still haven't seen stuff, or did you get to watch it finally, or?
I still need to see some stuff.
Okay, you need to see some stuff. So, yeah. Woo! I'm excited. You know what else to be excited about?
Halloween?
You're close.
Oh, okay.
A picture, if you will.
You're traveling through another dimension.
dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind.
But of mind.
A journey into a wondrous
This land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's the signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone.
Now, in case you hadn't heard, there is a reboot, I guess you could call it, of the Twilight Zone coming. It is coming to the CBS All Access. So it'll give me another reason to... It'll give at least double the reason to have the CBS All Access besides Star Trek. So it'll at least give a second reason. Now, you may ask, also that's going to be narrated, and I believe I think he's a showrunner or something, Jordan Peele. Of course, of Key and Peele, and what's that movie? Get Out.
Yes, very good movie.
So he is going to be doing that. He is the new Rod Serling or Forrest Whitaker. In case you forgot that Forrest Whitaker was the host of the Twilight Zone in the early 2000s, right? Yeah.
Sure.
No, or was that the one in the 80s? No, it was 2000s. Anyways, you may wonder what that has to do with Disney.
What does that have to do with Disney?
It has to do with Disney because as soon as this was announced, the usual blockheads were like, oh, well, I guess nobody knows about Twilight Zone enough that they had to close down the ride because nobody knows about Twilight Zone because it's an old property. Well, I guess people know enough about Twilight Zone that they're going to reboot Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone, Twilight Zone, Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror, Tower of Terror, Tower of Terror. Yes, that's right. The inevitable people came out of the woodwork, including a certain Matthew Gottula, or however you say his name, that has been mentioned on this podcast before. People complaining that it's the same people that are still mad that Tower of Terror closed down to make way for Guardians. They're now using the excuse because, people, they were saying, oh, well, they're closing Tower of Terror because nobody knows what Twilight Zone is. Twilight Zone is old. Nobody knows what Twilight Zone is. Now they're using the return of the Twilight Zone series as an excuse to say, see, Disney, you were wrong. You were so wrong in your wrongness. Why don't you remember how wrong you are in your wrongness? That people know Twilight Zone. People know who Jordan Peele is. Everybody's going to watch Twilight Zone. They're going to wonder, well, what happened to that Twilight Zone ride that they had at Disneyland? Oh, it's not there anymore? They turned it into Guardians? What's Guardians? Hey, you know what is not wrong?
What's wrong?
The mail.
Oh, no, it's not wrong.
Well, it can be.
Maybe.
It depends.
Depends on who's writing it.
Exactly.
Leave Michael alone.
Dirty.
All right. So, yeah, our first email comes from Wreck-It Rachel. Her subject line is, Happy Birthday. Happy birthday, Diggs.
Wait, it was somebody's birthday?
It was my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She says, I hope you had a good day. It's my grandpa's 89th birthday on Friday.
Whoa.
And I'm making bread for the party. Ooh, I like bread.
Yeah.
I'm planning to make a braided cheese loaf and a loaf of egg bread. Interesting. My family is big and we really like bread. Delicious gluten. I'm glad you guys like my magical memory parade story. I have another one, but it's Christmas related, so I'll save it. Cool. I didn't know you guys were band geeks. So cool. She says that she was in the choral. She says she's a choral nerd over here. What instrument did you play? I played the trumpet. And I think Anthony had a little stint on the trombone.
Yeah, that was in elementary school, like in 6th grade or something.
I said a little stint.
While you were in band, I was in drama.
Right.
Two doors down.
Right. He was drumming.
I was stage production
doing something.
Selling candy. We had to sell candy too.
All right, she says, that is super lame that they don't invite schools to be in the parades anymore. My mom was always part of the candlelight ceremony when she was in high school, and I looked forward to that when I got into high school. They had stopped inviting schools. Dirty. My question is really random. Who is the lady who does your little intros? Like, are you hungry? Well, they are. I find myself singing along to her Button My Dig song. Always keep it regular or else you wreck it. Rachel. That's Lauren. That's our friend Lauren. You can actually find her at productionears.com. ProductionEars.com. And you can also follow her on Instagram and Twitter at Production Ears. That's EARS at the end, of course. Yeah, she does a lot of... she's always posting. She's always at the parks. She's always posting things from the park. So you guys can check her out over there. Well, thank you for your email, Rachel. And thank you for saying happy birthday.
I also just want to say that today's not your birthday, but last week was. Today is Mark Hamill's birthday.
Oh, okay.
And it was also Christopher Reeve's birthday.
Oh,
Same
cool.
day. So happy birthday to them.
So speaking of birthdays, real quick, for my birthday, I went to Red Robin, Yum, to get my free burger.
Ooh, free stuff is nice.
Exactly, free burger on my birthday. And then I was going to talk about this in the beginning, but I forgot. But then for like a little late dinner type of thing, Jose and I went over to Portillo's over in Moreno Valley and met up with Michael, the OG mail guy. And because I got a free cake over there.
I was about to say, why'd you go all the way over there? It certainly wasn't for Michael.
It was for a free cake. And Michael actually bought me a strawberry shortcake.
Ooh.
So that was really, really good.
Wait, so you had cake and a strawberry shortcake?
Not the same day.
Oh.
He bought me that for my birthday, but I ate the cake and I saved the strawberry shortcake for the next day, which was really, really good. It was the bomb. I never had their strawberry shortcake before. So I really, really...
I was just thinking, I was like, I would have had him give me a hot dog, but okay.
I didn't know he was buying me anything. I bought myself a hot dog.
Oh.
I got a hot dog and the cheese fries.
Oh.
And then I gave him my coupon for the cake. And then when Michael came over with his food, he's all, here you go. And I'm like, oh, cool. So, yeah, it was pretty
All
bomb.
right, then. Well, at least it wasn't $3.
All right, next email is from... I might rain because we haven't heard from this person in a long time.
Uh-oh.
Fernando Xavier Hubbard.
I know that I knew that he emailed because I saw his comment about how he had an email ready for last week, but we didn't record.
Right. All right, and his subject line is Heidi Ho.
Whoa.
What's up, fellas? Long time no speak. Well, except for Diggs. I check up on his ass every so often. And Fox. Well, I only send him explicit photos of meat.
I was going to say, we speak through the meat.
Oh, that's funny. Hope to see you guys soon, either at the parks or at the podcast. Cough, cough, invite.
Sorry. I just want to say that, just in reference to Fernando's meat, some of his meat is more raw than others, and some of it is not.
Interesting. Good to hear so many other followers are emailing. So Mr. Knight inspired me to do a review. Trader Sam's, in my personal opinion, the quality of the drinks, taste, and presentation-wise, has gone down. Maybe I'm used to the bomb-ass drinks I make at home. Although, last unofficial Tiki Day, I got so wasted my wife and brother had to pick me up. I have an excuse. I didn't eat all day, and I was not accompanied by an adult. I guess now really the only reason I would want to continue going is the fact they have been releasing more variations of mugs. The food is good. The Asian wings and egg rolls are bomb. Atmosphere and Disney magic are bomb. Well, guys, hope all is well with you. Let's try to get together soon. I am on my way to the Dodger game. I'll think of you guys while I'm eating some jumbo Dodger dogs. Wait. Did that sound dirty? Will we be getting complaints? Should I have said churros? Adios, muchachos, and Diggs, it's caballeros. All right, so...
First of all, it's giant wieners. Your giant wieners. And second of all, thanks for the invite to the Dodger game.
Yeah, I know. I remember seeing that picture of him there, and he's showing where he was based. I think he was field level.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, can't really say anything. You and I have been there once, but
yeah, but it wasn't my birthday or anything.
No, that was Club 33. I was just gonna say the first thing. What was the first thing he was talking about?
The tiki, the drinks.
Oh yeah, I want to. This way, it gives him an excuse to email back because I'm gonna ask him questions. Did he go and did he feel like has he been there since Tangaroa Terrace closed, and does he feel like the decline at Trader Sam's is related to that? Was it since then? Or did he feel like that it was already declining before Tangaroa Terrace closed? And my other part of that question would be, does he plan on going back once Tangaroa Terrace opens next year to see if maybe things have improved or whatever?
All right. Well, there's your homework assignment, Fernando.
Right.
And thank you for your email. All right. So speaking of Mr. Knight.
What's he eating now?
Yeah, it's actually Mr. Knight is back again with Food Time with Mr. Knight, episode 5.
Whoa.
What's up, guys?
We're just going to have to give him his own little side podcast that's part of the MousePIRE network.
Something like that. All right. He says, wow, it's been nice to hear a blast from the past, Michael. So, yes, Halloween time and finally a Disney trip where the weather isn't super hot. It was bearable 80 degrees. So, funny story, you guys talked about being able to march in a Disney parade. I was fortunate to actually march 4 years in a row at Disneyland and also did the Rose Parade 4 years in a row with the all-city marching band.
Wow.
Yes, I know, very tiring. Very, very tiring. Yeah, that's crazy. One of my fondest memories that I have till this day is being backstage my senior year and actually hanging out with the toy band members and us actually learning some of their cadence that they use. That's pretty cool. We all we did was march the parade. Was all, we didn't have any other bands back there or any other performers.
He got lucky that he was there during Christmas.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. At that time, I got to combine two of my favorite things, music and Disney, which at one point was one of my goals to actually have that job until I found out the pay wasn't all that great. Dirty. That was a cool tidbit to know that some of the MousePIRE crew was in band and had actually marched in a Disney parade. So to answer some of your questions that you had about when I had the chicken at Plaza, it was closer to 3 p.m. I would try out the pot roast one of these days. So with that being said, let's get on to some food and Halloween goodies. I have never ate at Flo's V8 Cafe, but on this occasion, we spent a good amount of our day letting all of the Halloween decor sit in, so we decided to stop on by and get some grub. So first on the list, or should I say picks, is the candy cone pie. Cream pie with vanilla, butterscotch, and white chocolate pudding, which will be my letdown. So they made it seem like this would be different flavors that's all pull into one delicious bite of candy corn deliciousness. So if you were to look at the picture and have had candy corns in the past, not Anthony.
Hold on. I just have to interject. It's against the law to use the word delicious and candy corn in the same sentence. Strike that from the record.
You go and take a bite of it expecting the flavors to stick out and stand out. Well, it was a letdown. The only real flavor you taste is just a butterscotch at the bottom. The pudding part doesn't even taste like pudding or the flavors they say, and just tastes like colored whipped cream. So would I have this again? It's a hard pass from me. Would I recommend it to the listeners? Save your money and go try something else. This thing is so tiny and the flavor is not existent. It's not worth it at all.
It looks pretty.
Yes, I heard a lot of people say it looks really good, but it wasn't really that great. So I guess he started with dessert first. The next one is the cheeseburger. 1/3 pound Angus beef patty, cheddar cheese, Thousand Island, and caramelized onions on a sesame seed bun with steak fries. So this is your standard cheeseburger that you can buy about anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Nothing really special or wow about this one. The name says it all. I just wish that maybe they would do something about it and make it more delicious. They could have made a custom sauce or even maybe seasoning on the burger itself. But for what it is and what you get in a quick service restaurant, it's okay, I guess. So would I have this again? If I was in a rush and just wanted a literally quick bite to eat, then yes. I would say if you're in a rush and wanted a quick bite to eat, to go grab a hot dog off the cart, because that'd be easier just to go to the cart and grab a hot dog. Would I recommend it to listeners? For someone who only eats cheeseburgers and just wants something quick, sure. Other than that, do you really want to pay $11.49 for just a plain Jane cheeseburger. Now, let me just interject real quick because I love cheeseburgers. My life is cheeseburgers, and I would not recommend this to a person who loves cheeseburgers.
I mean, yeah, he talks about the talking about sauces and buns and stuff. No amount of sauce or bun or any kind of extravagance to that will undo the fact that their burgers themselves are garbage.
Right.
That they're basically just a really thick piece of cardboard, and they're not good at all. And if they were to change back to the burgers that they had, making the burgers that they had back in the 90s, then yeah, we would definitely recommend. But there's no way that unless they show us that they're starting to use different burgers than what they've been using the last few years, that there's no way that we can consciously recommend burgers to anybody. Just stay away from all burgers.
All right, now he did send us a picture of the burger, which looks like crap.
Of the Disneyland, typical Disneyland burger.
But those fries, dude.
Oh, those fries. Wow, those are new?
Yeah, steak fries there.
Ooh.
Now. Yes.
That's at Flo's?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yes, those. I would just want to go
I wish
there.
we could go there get just the fries.
I'm sure you can.
Ooh, with some ranch?
We got to do that.
Ooh, I just want those fries with some ranch now. Like right now.
Now, my rave, which I will actually add this from now on to my review, where I have my rave and my letdown. All right, Flo's famous chicken with roasted garlic mashed potatoes, gravy, and seasonal vegetables. So after last week's episode, both I and you guys talked about the fried chicken. I said that I would occasionally give it a shot and have it again. So I went into this one. Let's give it a blank state. And let's see what this chicken tastes like. I went into it wondering, will this one taste different? Which one will I like more? Will the mashed potatoes really make a difference? Are the gravies the same? So I grabbed a piece of chicken and bit into it. Boy, was I surprised to actually taste a different flavor from the Plaza Inn. This one just tasted so much better and juicier than the flavor, and the flavors were popping. This one just reminded me of a buttermilk fried chicken. Then I go and try out the mashed potatoes. Again, completely different flavor, and man, forget Plaza. I'd rather have this one now. Then the vegetables were okay. I wish they would be consistent on the cook of them, because some of them were flavorful and had that buttersweet flavor, and some were just bland. So would I have this again? Oh, yes, I would. Would I recommend it to the listeners? Yes, please have it and write in about it. Let's see how consistent the cooking time and flavors they are with the chicken here. Now, Disney did talk about this chicken and the Plaza Inn, and that they did say that both were different, that they had different seasonings.
Yeah, I had originally thought that they were the same, but then when they had their fried chicken celebration, they specifically mentioned that the one at Plaza or at Flo's was different than the one at Plaza. I don't remember what the distinction was. Was one of them had panko and one was a different kind of breading or something?
I don't remember, but I know there's two different types of seasonings.
Right.
Another quick snack that we tried and was talked about, you guys, was the spoolie cone macaron, filled with marshmallow, buttercream, and candy corn. So I'm not the biggest fan of candy corn, but also don't hate it as much as Anthony does. Okay, no, he didn't say that. I added that part.
Thanks, man.
I was expecting this to possibly be too candy cornish. I don't know if that's a word. It is now. Like maybe this was just going to be so overpowering and just make it taste bad. So the macaron part was so light and fluffy and had small hints of candy corn, but it was quite delicious. He used those two words again in the same.
I'll let it go because I have. This is the one that I've mentioned that I had last year at the Parks Blog event, and then I talked about it a couple of weeks ago again because I suggested that you should try it.
Right.
And that's the one that I said that all you have to do is take it apart and the candy corn is only around the edges. So you just take it apart and take the candy corn out, and then the rest of the macaron is perfectly good to eat. So I will allow the delicious and the candy corn being in the same sentence with that one, as long as it's relating only to the macaron itself, because that is delicious.
He says, now, boy, were you guys right about the marshmallow buttercream? That was so good. I was like, you guys should offer that as an extra sauce, and I would actually pay for it. So would I have it again? I would probably have it at least 2 more times just for the marshmallow buttercream. Would I recommend it to the listeners? Yes, even if you're not a big candy corn fan, this actually doesn't taste bad.
I 100% agree, and that's pretty much what I've said before. I definitely recommend that one. It's just, if you don't like candy corn, it is worth it to go through the extra work to have it.
So this is just a quick shout out to one of the go-to items that I have in and outside of the parks. A Venti caramel frappuccino with a shot of espresso. When you need something that's somewhat sweet and tasty, but also are starting to run out of energy and need a slight boost to continue all of the walking and standing at the parks. If there are any drinks that you guys like, please write in and let us know. Always looking to expand my drink menu. We're going to do those frozen lemonade challenge again. I'm going to put together a list, and I'm going to have you, Mr. Knight, go and try those and let me know which ones you like. I'm going to get to that, and we'll put a list together, and you can do that.
Yeah, we need to bring together some stuff that people actually want to do and actually want to earn some prizes.
Yes.
Maybe if Mr. Knight wins, maybe I could get a hold of I might have a close fried chicken celebration button for him.
There you go.
It may not be a perfect one, but you deserve it.
So last on the trip was the cocoa cake over at Paradise Garden Grill. Now this reminds me of the old Pixar cake, which I know some of you didn't like, and some were just okay with it. This one was good, but there was like something about it that I just couldn't explain as far as the flavor in this one. And this goes. I can say without a doubt the bottom layer was a complete miss as just a plain old red velvet cake. The surprise one was the middle layer, which made me think that it had pieces of churro inside of the frosting and just a nutty flavor. A hold for the laughs. God. And Anthony, you're a nutty flavor.
Thanks, man.
But overall, it was okay. The thing that probably made it really delicious was that we were gifted an additional Abuela hot chocolate. Now, if you really want to enjoy the cake, have it with the hot chocolate. Now, that combo is really good, and I would definitely have that combo again. So would I have it again by myself? Probably not, but with the hot chocolate, then yes, I would. Would I recommend it to the listeners? Sure, reward yourself with the cake and let us know what you think of it. All right, real quick, let me tell you about this cake. This cake actually is a, what I've heard, it's a dulce de leche cake. So it's like in the middle part.
Dulce de leche.
Yeah, the middle part where you think you have had the nuttiness and all that, the flavors you can think of the churro.
You're nutty.
It's supposed to be dulce de leche. So I actually do want to try this cake a little bit. I hope it's dulce de leche. Because now I'm thinking it's the tres leche cake. Because if it's a tres leches, then I don't want to even try that at all. So I got to do my research on this cake to make sure I'm thinking it's the tres leches.
Because the next thing, I'm pretty sure I would probably just go over, take the cake and go get some plain hot chocolate, not the Mexican hot chocolate.
Right. But now I'm thinking it might be the tres leches cake, and I don't even want anything to do with it. All right, so for those that like my reviews or want to see other food, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, KNIGHTSS09. So until next time, always remember that when you're feeling down and out of energy, go ahead and stop on by and grab some coffee, If not, at least a hot chocolate and cake. I'm Mr. Knight, and this has been another Food Time with Mr. Knight, and adios, caballeros.
And if you guys want to see Mr. Knight's food reviews turn into a real recorded segment that Diggs and him could do over Skype or something, write in, tell us. That's all. I just think that would be kind of cool.
I think so too. All right, so our next email is from Ernesto. Says his subject line is "Make room for the Nerf herders."
Whoa.
So has anyone noticed that the planters in the front of Haunted Mansion iron fence walkway has been removed? And also smaller planters removed under the People Mover Tracks by Buzz Lightyear attraction. I guess they're trying to improve the traffic flow in preparation for Star Wars Land opening next year. I actually did mention the planter over there by the People Mover.
Yeah, what's the one he's talking about in Haunted Mansion?
Well, in front of Haunted Mansion where there is that planter and you can sit there in front.
By the cart? By the merchandise cart?
Yeah, but it wraps around.
Right.
So more the area where the fence is to go at the entrance to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Haunted Mansion, that's been removed.
Oh, I see.
So basically you can't even sit there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's one. And then, of course, you got the construction going on in the entrance of Frontierland. All that, supposedly to make it wider. Yeah, all that's going on right now. I mean, we've talked about it before. Also, that area by the Res Rose Tavern and the gift shop, that planter has been removed over there, making room for more strollers. So, yeah, I mean, that's all over.
Oh, yeah, that one over there by Red Rose, they removed that whole entire planter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was a wall up by when you come into Frontierland, right before the Mercantile. There was a wall up right there. It looks like they were removing that little planter area. So yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of that going on, I guess, now. You're not going to have anywhere to sit or anywhere to plant a plant. All right, thank you for your email there, Ernesto. All right, next email is from Michael, the old email guy. His subject line is Cheese Dog. No! Michael, the old Gmail guy here, back at the parks again on Sunday because Saturday parking looks like a shitstorm. Before I start this email, it's sad to say I have to give a big-ass dirty award to Corn Dog, Castle, and Disney. After months of not getting my cheese stick, Dix can give you more information on that. Yeah, it's a long story.
You have more information on his cheese stick, huh?
I finally stopped by the castle to enjoy a Disney cheese dog. Ew, gross. What is this big hard block of cheese? The cheese didn't even give it a chance to melt, and the cheese tasted off. I went to talk to someone about it, and the cast member told me that they changed the cheese, and the lead outside by the registers overheard me talking and told me, sorry, but they changed the cheese. If you would like to suggest that the other cheese is better, go to guest relations and let them know.
Oh my gosh.
I said government cheese in the schools tastes better than this, and left disappointed. Sad OG mail guy. Lucky I had Disney gummy worms in my backpack. So I guess they changed the cheese over at the Corn Dog Castle.
Well, changing the cheese is no excuse for you getting the cheese in and not being melted. It's supposed to be a cheese corn dog. If the cheese isn't melting, that means they're not leaving the corn dog in long enough, which of course we know from experience. And I've actually heard lately that there's been people, I guess, working at the Red Wagon that don't know what they're doing because I've heard people have seen, there's been guests that have been seen with gross, exploded-looking corn dogs from the cart, and that there's obviously cast members there that are like those ones that were at the place on Downtown Disney that just don't know what they're doing.
Now, I can say that I can confirm that because I was there for the Halloween party, and before the party, I went to go eat at the corn dog over there at the Little Red Wagon. and my corn dog was a little burned. It was overcooked, not the hot dog itself, but the bread. And I was like eating it. I was like, wow, this is a little well done. And Jose said, yes, it is. I'm used to eating burnt stuff. You know, I don't mind like little burnt stuff. So I
mean,
ate it.
You were meat well done anyways. So, I mean, yeah, you're used to that.
Well, I'm talking about the bread itself.
Oh, the bread. Well, yeah, that's...
It was a little burned.
It gets hard.
It was kind of like ill. So, yeah, something's going on over there. I can confirm that.
I heard about, people were getting ones that basically should have been thrown out. Like ones we described, the ones that they were throwing out when they were trying to make our corn dogs at the place in downtown Disney. It's like that. It's like they're seeing there's ones that are getting out of the corn dog, the corn dog cart that shouldn't be given out.
Right.
Ones that should be being thrown away. Well, they didn't even need to be thrown away. If you trained your damn employees properly, they wouldn't need to throw away and waste food.
Now, I don't know where it was. I was somewhere in the park, and this girl had a corn dog, and I walked right past her. I was like, whoa, that is way well done, because it was really, really dark. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on, because when I went to get my corn dog, there was no line there. So it wasn't like they were making a whole bunch at a time. And
right.
I mean, right.
Yeah, there's no excuse for that. And then getting back to his email, if he got it don't matter whether they change the cheese or not. If they're cooking it correctly, it doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter. If they cook it correctly, the cheese is going to melt. If they're taking it out too soon because they're getting scared or something, then that means that's the cast member's fault. That's not the cheese's fault. Cheese will melt unless they change to a cheese that doesn't melt.
Yes.
Which it would be idiotic.
Right.
Because the whole idea is that it's supposed to be a cheese stick that's melted. That's like that time that we got mozzarella sticks and I complained. Remember, I think it was from Applebee's. And they were still hard.
Yeah.
And I wanted to send them back, but you were like, no, it's fine. Or something like that.
I don't remember that part. I remember
but it's the same thing. If you're not cooking your mozzarella sticks long enough for the cheese to be melted, that's not how mozzarella sticks are supposed to be served. If you're same with the corn dog stick, if they're or the cheese stick from the corn dog castle, if they're serving it where it's still hard, then that means they're not cooking it correctly. Don't blame the cheese.
All right, he says day was good but the night's atmosphere is the best during Halloween time, especially in DCA.
Agreed.
Got to write Monsters After Dark. Love it. Didn't find the collector's Stitch outside the ride since the first day of Halloween at the parks. Dirty.
What?
Remember we talked about the Stitch?
Oh, right.
Yeah, he didn't see it. He says, don't forget November 4th, Haunted Mansion Fashion. More than just a haunted fashion. Another Dirty Award and shout out to my fan, Haunt at the Park, for copycatting my event. How old are you, copycatting? 30. Lots of dirty awards today. Hope Dan has an email of his dirtiness is a part of this list. Don't make me come for the OG Mill spot. Just kidding. All right, questions. What do you think Disney should do to add to the Halloween parties? Looks like everything is almost the same except the meet and greets.
I mean, kind of basically answered this question earlier when we were talking about, prices not going up would be nice.
Yeah.
Especially, let's just talk about moving over to DCA. We're going to have all the things that like I talked about earlier. You're going to have more, attractions. You got to make it worth it for people who want to go to the one at DCA if they think that there's going to be less things to do than there was at the one at Disneyland. Or if it stays at Disneyland, then I would say that, changing the fireworks show would be nice because it's been the same one. As you said, I didn't even know that they were doing that fireworks show before they even started Mickey's Halloween Party, so that's even more dirty.
It's either 2 years or a year before they did the party, and then they said, "Hey, you know what? You gotta watch you have to go to the party for this."
Yeah, it's even more dirty. You used to be able to watch that for free. So, that's what I mean. Come up with a new fireworks show for the Halloween party if it's gonna stay at Disneyland. If not, then they better come up with a damn good World of Color or something. or maybe even a parade over at. The parade is fairly new.
Yeah.
I won't say anything about the parade because it's fairly new. Because before that, you had the costume cavalcade, which was only around for a couple years. To me, that didn't really get enough of a. I did notice that I think for the first time this year, they're doing 2 parades, right? They're doing back and forth rather than before there was just 1 parade, right?
No, it's 2.
There was always 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought there was only 1.
Yeah, because last year we saw the 1031 was coming back to Small World. Since there's no crowds there.
Right. Like I said, I liked the costume cavalcade. It would be nice if they were able to do both. Would be kind of cool.
I think so too.
If they maybe do the costume cavalcade in between the 2 parades as like an extra parade, include the Headless Horseman as part of the cavalcade or something like that. Just different things. Give more things to do. Make the money worth it is the way I think about it for anything. Just give everybody more to do because you're already the problem with characters. You could throw all the characters out there you want. But if you're going to spend 45 minutes of your 5 hours in the park standing in line for characters, then where's the fun in that?
Now, I'm trying to think last year's Headless Horseman, because I think it was just him coming out.
He only came out once.
No, he came out twice before the parade.
Okay.
So I'm thinking this year they added Ichabod Crane out there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, and 2 other guys, because he was out there with the lantern.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it was kind of cool to see that, and then the Headless Horseman come out.
Before it was just the Headless Horseman came out. He raced down the thing. And
thinking. You guys can actually go to our Facebook page. I did the live on that too, so if you guys want to check that out. All right, have you guys seen any of the progress of Star Wars Land? All right, Michael, it's Galaxy's Edge, okay? Watching any construction update videos, and are you guys excited that we are getting close to the opening day? Well, I don't watch people's videos. I don't care about other people's videos. I'm not a YouTube person to go on YouTube and watch all those stupid YouTubers who think they know anything about anything.
Ditto.
So I just watch.
Because most of them don't.
No, they don't. I just look at what Disney puts out.
Most of them are just there to start shit and start rumors anyways.
Yeah, so I don't care about those people's videos. I don't. There's nothing to watch.
The only thing I've seen was that drone.
Yeah.
Fly through that they did that one time, and what I can see myself from say next to Billy on Big Thunder Mountain, or from the parking structure, or from Hungry Bear, you can see some things, or from the train. I mean, that's the extent of what I know. All I know is it looks like it's getting more done. Skeletons. All the skeletons are covered with rock now. You got all your rock / petrified wood look up now, and it's coming along. I mean, we had our doubts. I think they're getting back on schedule. I mean, most of the buildings look done. You got to figure that, other than the issues with the rides themselves that we talked, or with the Millennium Falcon ride specifically that we talked about a few weeks ago, other than things like that, it looks like the land itself, there shouldn't be any problem in them getting done, provided we don't have a super wet winter.
Right.
If at all we have a wet winter, that throws the whole timetable out the window, and
you would think
they have to know it.
You would think that they would have landscaping set for that time, so everything should be done, and then all we have to do is do the landscaping, and if we have rains, a big deal, type of thing. That's what I would have landscaping done at the end, of course.
Well, the advantage is that the thing that put them behind schedule to begin with was that we had all that rain beginning of last year, right when they broke ground. They had the holes dug for the attractions, all the footprints and everything for the attractions and the buildings was dug, and then the rain came and filled it all in with water and mud.
From up?
Yes. And that put them, completely 6 months behind from what we hear. But, with all the rain that we didn't have this year, I'm thinking that maybe that might have put them back on schedule for just the fact that they haven't had to, any delays as far as we know. So the exteriors and everything should be done to accommodate the upcoming rain, and we should be on schedule.
All right, he wants to know why can't PhotoPass department get their shit straight?
I've been hearing that you guys aren't the only ones having issues with PhotoPass. I've seen comments from other people on Twitter and stuff, or on Facebook, that other people are having issues with PhotoPass.
Yeah.
So I think it's a PhotoPass thing in general. I don't know if it's related to the thing that we talked about a while back about how when you renewed a pass that has PhotoPass, that how you had to call them. Remember I was talking about that? How they said you had to call and like kind of reboot your PhotoPass. I don't know if it's something like that you guys have to do that, or if it's some other issue with just them in general. So
all I know is I still haven't got pictures from when Halloween time started. So, yeah.
Yeah, I want my money back on that PhotoPass shit.
All right, Michael, the OG Mail Guy's tip of the week. Avoid the cheese dog at Corn Dog Castle. He says, I will be in San Diego with Tron Uncle to check out SeaWorld's Halloween Day party on Saturday, October 2nd. That's a warning, guys, so don't go to SeaWorld on Saturday because Michael's going to be there. I will be at Mickey's Halloween party, not the not-so-scary Mickey's Halloween party at Walt Disney World. I hope to run into some listeners at the event.
When?
October 2nd.
Oh, okay.
No, actually, no.
That was...
Oh, SeaWorld this Saturday.
Oh, I see.
Then October 2nd, he's at the party. All right, he says shout-outs to Giselle the Gazelle, Dan the Weak Mailman, Anthony's Cats, and all the new and old listeners. Share this podcast and support the show. Till then, this is Michael, the OG Mail Guy, and I'm out. Bye. All right, thank you for your email, Michael. All right, next email is from Dan the Mailman. The subject line is this on? Checking on the podcast to see if you're still going after last week's last-minute break. Since the last time we talked, I went to go check out the Halloween stuff in the parks. Prior to going in, I decided to add MaxPass to my kids' passes and was done dirty by the lady in the ticket booth. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
I wanted to add the yearly one, so I got in the ticket line, which wasn't that long, but did take a good 10 minutes. I pulled out my passes and tell her I wanted to add MaxPass to those passes, and she tells me it can only be done during the app, and I must scan it first. You can only do it through the app, basically.
Oh.
She never did ask me what MaxPass I wanted, so I figured it would be either that I choose. He says, go into the park and into the app, and you can only get 1 day. So she said you have to scan your pass. So basically, he would have to go into the park, scan it, and then purchase the MaxPass. But from when he did that, he can only purchase the 1 day, which he wanted to add the whole thing to the passes.
Right, which I'm sure he made plain to her.
Yeah. Now this was after 9 o'clock at night. Why would I even bother put the day one on my passes? He says, go to Chamber of Commerce and ask, and was told no, that was an amendment to my contract, and it had to be at the ticket booth. Dirty Disney.
Wow.
Park was pretty busy anyway, so I didn't bother to do that right away since there were few times on the passes anyway. Close down DCA and head out back to the ticket booth. Another 10 minutes in line and explain what happened to again be told that can only be done here. I wish I would have gotten that dirty cast member's name who just didn't use reason as to why I'd be making a daily purchase 2 hours before the park closed. Got it added and in no time by the next cast member.
Dirty.
Knew I wasn't going to stay all night, so we decided to try the sour apple churro. Giselle had told me it was all right, and Dig seemed to like it with the caramel dipping sauce. What happened next? They're out of caramel dipping sauce. At this point, I wanted to throw something, but collected myself and managed to eat my churro, which was packed with sugar and did taste like sour apple. A little shopping and pretty much decided to call it a night after that, since we had a softball game the next day. I'll be back to check out some more of the parks hopefully next week, as this weekend is concert time, baby. Money aside, if you could choose to be any Disney character for Halloween, what would you choose? Until next time, Dan, the email man out.
Body notwithstanding, or like
if you had, it doesn't matter how much money you had to buy a costume. What costume would you be?
Well,
Disney
that's what I
character?
mean. To accommodate this, I would say probably like Little John.
Oh yeah,
Little John would be fun.
Bing bong, dude. But I would want a costume. I wouldn't want to do a bounding.
Oh no, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. For me, I would want the costume. I wouldn't want to do the bounty thing. I would want the fur and I want the tail and everything.
Yeah, if he's talking about costumes, if he's talking about costumes that aren't allowed in the park, then I would. Yeah, something you couldn't take to like that. Then I'm like, yeah, definitely like something like that, or like some big, scary Chernobog costume.
That'd be pretty cool.
We can just like be wheeled around on a base, and then you just, on a base that looks like a mountain, and you're just standing there looking all like.
All right, thank you for your email, Dan. Right now, you know what? I don't know when I'm going to be at the parks, but then again, sometimes I never know unless it's a Halloween party. So
I'm going to be there on Thursday for the Parks Blog event. I don't know what I'll be checking out while I'm there. Hopefully seeing if they have the Cauldron back in stock, since it is currently sold out as far as we know. But I don't know about trying to have to see what. Might try something. I don't know.
I might try something. All right, that's it for the emails. If you guys have any comments, questions, your own tip of the week, if you have your own ideas for a Halloween costume, or you have your own food review, all you have to do is email us.
MousePIRE@gmail.com.
Do you have a special occasion coming up? Looking to personalize your trip with a keepsake? Create customized buttons for birthdays, engagements, family vacations, even bridal parties, or just because. Check out buttonsbydiggs.com today. Buttons by Diggs, Buttons by Diggs. Remember, those are buttons, not pins.
All right, so that's going to do it for this episode of the MousePIRE Podcast. I know you guys missed us. We took a week off, and it just went crazy. Everyone was like, where are you guys at? Where are you at? I sent in an email for the first time in forever.
Bye.
So yeah, we're back for now. See what happens next week. We don't know.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's never guaranteed or anything. Hey, but if you guys do follow us social medias, you would have seen pictures that I posted of Tim the Tech at the 70th Emmy Awards. Once again, he was working over there, working late and working like forever, and basically just waiting around a lot of times.
Lucky.
Yeah, but yeah, he set up the press room. So a lot of times you guys watch the news, you'll see the winners talk to the press. Well, that's the room he set up this year. Last year, I think he did the red carpet or something. So yeah, this year was the press room, and he took some pictures. You guys would have seen I posted, like a picture of Regina King, RuPaul, Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones, and the cast of Game of Thrones. Also, Anthony's favorite, John Oliver.
Yeah.
And Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel Live with Penelope Cruz. So that was pretty cool. He sent me those pictures and told me to go ahead and post those. So I'm sure you guys seen that if you guys follow our social media. So yeah, pretty cool. Good job, Tim. You did a great job over there setting up the lights and whatever you did for the press room. He actually sent me like a lot of videos and things like that, but I wasn't allowed to post anything like that. And I kept saying, hey, send me a picture of you with the background. He says, I can't do it right now. I'm not allowed to. I'm like, all right. So I had to wait till everything was over. He said, I can't do it until I strike the set. So finally got the pictures that I posted. So yeah, pretty cool. Good job, Tim. And maybe he's posting the pictures of him and all the actors right now. You never know if you're watching on YouTube. All right, so don't forget Mickey's Halloween party is sold out. So don't ask for tickets. They're all gone. But hey, if you guys are going to the party, you guys should email us and let us know how it was, what you guys thought of it. Don't forget that if you're an annual pass holder, they have the annual pass holder treat area over there at Starcade. You can go over there and get your pass holder treat and buy some merchandise. And you can also check in early over there. You don't have to go out through the parks and come back in. You can go over there and check in, show your ticket, and get your wristbands there.
Wristbands?
Exactly. And then don't forget, you go over to Splash Mountain and get your Ziploc bag so you can protect your cell phone and your wallet and maybe your keys, because we don't want our keys to get wet, do we?
I don't. Well, yeah, I got that. The thing that does the car, and I'm sure if that got submerged, the car probably wouldn't be able to unlock the car. So
yeah, because you can't put the key in the keyhole and open the door, right?
no, but it wouldn't turn the alarm off.
Yeah, it would.
It wouldn't turn the thing off.
Yeah, it would.
I don't know. You know how much those would cost to replace?
A lot.
They're a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, if you guys want that Ziploc bag with Splash Mountain logo and whatever it says on there.
That's the response to all those people that have been clamoring for lockers at Splash Mountain all these years.
I guess so.
Here's some Ziploc bags.
Yeah. Shut up now. So you can go grab those. I don't know how long they're going to be giving those out. If it's forever, they're always going to have a big supply.
Breaking news. They're going to be replacing all the lockers at Grizzly Peak with Ziploc bags. Starting next year.
There you go.
Sorry for you.
Yes. So, yeah, go grab your Ziploc bag or whatever you want to do. And don't forget, we have all the Halloween time treats in the parks. So you can actually go over to, you can go to information booth. You can go to City Hall, Chamber of Commerce, and grab a foodie guide. They have the food guides there. You might be able to grab at some of the restaurants. I'm not sure. I know for a fact that you can go to City Hall and then ask for a food guide for all the treats and stuff to find out where they're selling all that stuff.
Oh, speaking of treats, I almost completely forgot when I was talking about my trip to Disneyland last time that we went over to Zocalo and I got the green apple cup and I got the cocoa mug.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so if you want your cocoa mug, go over there and see if they still have them.
Right.
They probably do.
Yeah, and also your poison apple mug. That is one of the many places you can get it. If you're an AP, you can get it with your discount there. Of course, I will be at the park on Thursday, getting ready to go to the Parks Blog event. If you're going to be around on Thursday, give me a something and say hi. This podcast will be coming out that day, so who knows if you'd even be able to. So, never mind. Of course, you can find all that stuff out on social media. I'll probably be posting pictures of any of the, if they give us free food, I will definitely be posting those pictures on social media. And this guy over here will be retweeting them onto the MousePIRE Twitter, which of course is at MousePIRE Twitter, as well as at MousePIRE on Instagram. We're MousePIRE on the Facebooks, and MousePIRE on the previously mentioned Snappies, Snapchat, Snap.
Crackle Pop.
Yes.
You can find me on Instagram at Blue1313. Also follow Buttons by Diggs on Instagram. There you'll see when your button order's going out. Don't forget you can get your MousePIRE gear at dgpclothing.com. That's D as in Donald, G as in Goofy, P as in Pluto.com. And don't forget you can help support the podcast by visiting patreon.com/MousePIRE. Check out Michael the Mail Guy's $3 special. Donate $3 a month and help support this podcast because we really, really need it. And there you will also get exclusive news before we even tell anybody on the podcast, like we did this week with the news about Pizza Planet. So you go over there and help support the podcast there. And don't forget, you can also listen to us on YouTube. That's where Tim the Tech uploads our podcast weekly when he can, when he's not working, and when he's not busy socializing with movie stars. Yeah, check all that out. All you have to do is go to YouTube and search MousePIRE Podcast.
Buttons, not pins. Until next time, remember, if you're still not happy about there being no lids at Disneyland, you can always bring your own rubber bands and then use them to attach the Splash Mountain Ziploc bags to your cup. Stick your straw in there. Problem solver. So for Gary Kurtz, Henry Winkler, and Chloe Zhao, I'm Anthony.
I'm Diggs.
Bye.
Fulfill your destiny.
Or you can fulfill your bag.
Yeah.
This podcast is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Audio, sound bites, and other clips are property of their copyright holders. All original stuff is ours and property of MousePIRE.com.
And until next time, remember, if you're still not happy about the...
Clap your hands.
Yes. Hey, I heard it smells like vomit over there by the green apple churro cart.
I don't know. I didn't smell it.
Mary Poppins.
So Anthony with blah blah blah.
I did.
You pop yourself?
Yes. Until next time, remember, if you're still not happy about it's not supposed to be it's supposed to be there, but I kind of ran it on. Okay, I got it now. Starting on whatever fucking day it is. That was it. Okay.